was handing out flyers when I saw my girlfriend, Anna, curled up in a sports car, making out with the most popular guy on campus. I tapped on the window. The guy, Caleb, was half lying on her shoulder. He glanced at me sideways and asked, "Who's this?" Anna replied coolly, "Just some guy. If you don't like it, I'll break up with him right now." After kissing him, she turned away without even giving me a second look. Caleb licked the corner of his mouth where she'd kissed him and dropped a line, "The beautiful ones always go for the winners, man." I said, "I don't care about your little drama, but what are you doing in my car?" The atmosphere froze instantly. Caleb, gripping the steering wheel, looked completely baffled. "What are you talking about? This is my car." I opened the glove compartment, pulled out the registration, and held it in front of his face. "Read it. The owner is me. How did you get in my car? Did you steal it? Get out now, or I'm calling the cops." Caleb's face turned beet red. He scrambled out of the car, begging me in a low voice, "Don't call the police. My dad owns an auto body shop. I saw the car and just took it for a spin. Come on, man, give me a break." I stared at him, my face hard. "A joyride? That's called grand theft auto. Does your dad's shop let you take customer cars out for fun?" He hung his head, mumbling, "Sorry, bro." I said, "Don't bro me. First, let me see if the car is damaged." He didn't dare say a word. It didn't take long for me to spot a noticeable dent on the hood. My expression darkened. "How did this happen?" Caleb panicked, trying to defend himself. "It really wasn't my fault. It was your girlfriend. She insisted on sitting on the hood for pictures. She posted a ton of arrogant selfies on her Facebook. I have proof." I pulled out my phone to check. Nothing. He quickly handed me his phone. It turned out Anna had blocked me long ago. Scrolling through her feed, I saw a parade of photos, each one more ridiculous than the last. I said, "Fine, you can go. I've saved all these photos as evidence. You'll both be hearing from my lawyer." Caleb deflated, asking quietly, "Dude, how much is this going to cost to fix?" I tossed a number at him. "About $19,000. His face went pale on the spot. He whined, "But she's the one who sat on it. Why do I have to pay too?" I rolled my eyes. "Don't you know how the law works? You drove the car off the lot. You're both liable. Your dad's entire year of profits just went down the drain." Caleb, who was always so cocky, had red-rimmed eyes. He cursed viciously. "That stupid woman." I told her it was carbon fiber. It gets harder as it heats up. It's what they use on high-end supercars. She couldn't even wait for the engine to cool down before hopping on for a photo shoot. He trailed off. "My parents worked so hard, and she ruined it all with her ass." I had no time for his tears. I got in the car and made a call to have someone come out and do a formal damage assessment. Caleb, wiping his tears, suddenly yelled, "Why do you get to be rich? She told me you work multiple jobs and hand out flyers." I replied, "I'm not working for someone else. I'm handing out flyers because my family owns these stores." It was the absolute truth. Of the 72 shops on the 3rd Street Promenade, nearly half belonged to my family. What's wrong with handing out flyers for your own businesses? I rolled up the window, not wanting to hear him whine anymore. Just then, I got an iMessage from Anna. "Since you saw everything, let's just break up. Don't blame me. Blame your parents for not being successful. I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini than smile on the back of a bicycle. And what kind of future is there in handing out flyers?" It actually made me wonder. The Lamborghini is mine, and the bicycle is mine. So, should she be crying or laughing? I was about to reply, "Expect to be served," but I discovered she had already blocked me again. That woman. Not to mention, she still owed me for the car repairs. This wasn't over. I didn't overthink it. I headed straight for the dorms, making a beeline for Anna's room. The hallways were pretty empty in the morning. As I was about to knock, I heard someone inside ask, "Did you do what I told you to do?" Then I heard Anna's voice. "I did." I lied and told him I took my birth control. The other woman's voice grew excited. "This is a golden opportunity. I calculated your ovulation cycle. You're most fertile these next couple of days. That's why I told you to go on a date with him. If you can get pregnant, you can marry into a wealthy family." Anna sounded a little scared. "What if he forces me to get an abortion?" The other voice was reassuring. "As long as you're pregnant, I can make him acknowledge the baby. You even dumped your boyfriend for him. How could he dare not take responsibility?" I couldn't believe she would play this card, planning to trap the campus king with a pregnancy. I was curious what her face would look like when she found out the sports car she used to hook him was actually mine. I knocked on the door. The moment she saw me, her face soured. We already broke up. Why are you still bothering me? It's bad enough that you're poor, but to be so shameless and clingy, it's disgusting. It seems she misunderstood, thinking I was there to beg her to take me back. There were two other roommates in the room. One of them, her closest friend Eva, the one who had just encouraged her to get pregnant, spoke up first. Can you stop getting in the way of Anna's pursuit of happiness? I was speechless. Cheating on your boyfriend and making out with someone else in a sports car is what you call pursuing happiness? I knew Eva. She was Anna's ride-or-die best friend. When Anna and I first started dating, Eva would always make snide remarks, saying things like, "You can tell how much a man loves you by how much money he spends on you." Under her influence, I'd spent a small fortune on gifts for Anna. Today, I was here to get it all back. I said, "A breakup is fine, but the phone you're holding was bought by me. Please give it back." I deliberately didn't mention the sports car. Knowing Anna's personality, if she found out the car was mine, she'd probably shamelessly beg me to get back together. I had to get my things back first. Anna's face immediately hardened. She said coldly, "You're being so cheap. Can't you have a little consideration for my feelings?" I was at a loss for words. You were the one who wronged me, so why should I have to consider your feelings? Eva covered her mouth, a look of pure drama on her face. See? Now you see him for who he is. This is a classic poor guy move. He asked for the gifts back, but it's not because he wants them, it's because he can't let you go. He's trying to use this to keep you. Anna snorted. You think I won't break up with you just because I can't return your stuff? Have you forgotten how rich my new man is? She tilted her chin up, and Eva added, "What's there to be afraid of? A Lamborghini is worth millions. What's a new phone to him?" Anna giggled. "Fine, you can have it back. But let me make one last call. I want you to see the gap between you and a rich man, a gap you'll never cross in your entire life." I had a strange feeling. Was the rich man she was talking about Caleb? When I dropped my car off for repairs, his dad was sighing about how tough business was, how his earnings couldn't even cover the rent. Anna dialed the number. Eva immediately said, "Put it on speaker. Let him listen too. Show him what he's missing." Anna didn't object. She answered and put on speaker, her voice dripping with sweetness. "Sweetheart, my ex-boyfriend is here breaking up with me, and he wants his phone back. Without a phone, how am I supposed to contact you?" But on the other end, Caleb's voice was anything but gentle. He immediately yelled, "You crazy bitch, stay the hell away from me. If I ever see you again, I'll beat you up every single time." Before he could finish, the call was disconnected. Anna and Eva were both stunned, frozen for a long moment. Eva was the first to snap, grabbing a book and throwing it at me. "Did you say something bad about my best friend, Tim?" she shrieked. Anna chimed in, her voice trembling. "Yes, he was never like this before. You must have been talking trash about me behind my back. You know how despicable you are." I was so over it. "I didn't say anything behind your back. Just give me back my things." "If you didn't, then why did he suddenly change like that?" I didn't bother to explain. Anna had posted all those selfies of herself sitting on his car's hood to her Facebook, and now Caleb was on the hook for a massive repair bill. With his family's income, of course he was going to explode. Eva relentlessly added, "This is why I always told you to go for Caleb. I saw through this loser a long time ago. All he knows how to do is stab people in the back. He's disgusting." I looked up and asked, "So you're saying you helped plan her cheating on me, is that right?" Eva scoffed. "What cheating? My best friend was stuck in the mud, and, of course, I had to pull her out. I couldn't let her end up with you, could I? She'll thank me for this for the rest of her life." Anna interrupted impatiently. "You can have the phone, but on one condition. You go apologize to Caleb and admit that you slandered me behind my back." Eva immediately agreed. "That's right. Even if you have to get on your knees, you have to clear my best friend's name." I took the phone and said calmly, "Why would I apologize for something I didn't do? Besides, we're not done settling our accounts." I walked back into the room, sat down at a desk, and started calculating every single expense from our relationship. Gifts, Money transfers, anything I could legally get back, I was going to get back. Anna frowned, her voice tinged with grievance. Everyone's watching. We used to love each other. Are you really going to embarrass me like this? I didn't answer, just kept my head down and continued my accounting. Eva raised her phone, a look of disgust on her face. With a click, she took a picture of me and posted it to her social media. The caption read, "OMG girls, never date a guy like this. The poorer they are, the more drama they create. My bestie's ex is a living nightmare." I thought she was just bluffing, but when I checked my phone, the post was already up with my picture attached. I frowned. This is between us. Why do you have to keep bringing up poor? Why don't you just tattoo gold digger on your forehead? Eva rolled her eyes airily. I love rich men. Why do you have to be salty? If you were rich, you'd be the one attacking me right now. Just look at yourself. She was getting more and more worked up, walking to the window and pointing downstairs. A rich man drives $1 million Lamborghini, full of confidence. A poor man just sits here, nickel and diming everything, completely breaking the heart of the girl who once loved him. At that moment, the other roommate, Lisa, finally spoke up. "Anna, why don't you just pay him back? This was your fault to begin with." Anna's expression changed drastically. "What are you trying to say? Are you taking a side?" Eva immediately jumped in. "Isn't it obvious she's just jealous? You found a boyfriend who drives a Lamborghini, and she's green with envy, so she's deliberately trying to make you look bad." The roommate's face turned red with anger. "Don't you dare accuse me of that. I knew Lisa. She was a student on financial aid and scholarships. Once, Anna was showing off and had me by dessert for the whole dorm. Lisa was the only one who refused, saying she couldn't accept something for nothing. Because of that, she had left a deep impression on me." Anna said coldly, "Lisa, I know your family isn't well off, that you're getting by on financial aid. I can understand why you'd be jealous of rich people, but your character is more important than your grades. You get it?" Lisa's face went white, her voice trembling. "Are you saying I have bad character?" I was completely speechless. Lisa was a top student, hardworking and down-to-earth. Anna, on the other hand, had just been making out with another guy in a sports car right in front of me. And now she had the audacity to talk about someone else's bad character. What kind of logic was that? Eva rolled her eyes and sneered. "I see right through you people. A bunch of poor girls flocking together. You know he's single now, so you're putting on this righteous act to get his sympathy, trying to pick up the scraps, right? You have no shot with a guy who drives a Lamborghini, but you won't even pass up a flyer boy who makes $3,000 a month. You really aren't picky, are you?" Lisa shot up from her seat, her fists clenched. "I also tutor on the side. I make an extra $2,000 a month." Eva glanced at her sideways. "Oh, so mosquito legs count as meat now. Yesterday, I saw you pick up food that fell on the table and eat it. Poor and classless. Of course you're not picky about men." Lisa's eyes immediately welled up, her voice shaking. "It fell on the table, not the floor. How is that being poor?" "Enough," Anna shouted, slamming her phone on the desk. She turned to me, her tone icy. "You have completely humiliated me. Being with you was the biggest mistake of my life. Hurry up and finish your calculations. I have to go explain things to my new boyfriend." Eva immediately moved closer to comfort her. "Don't worry, I'll go with you. We can manage the rumors. You'll still be his little baby." I couldn't be bothered with them anymore. I focused on my list, deliberately leaving out the sports car repair. I was afraid Anna would shamelessly try to get back with me. When I finished, the total for gifts and transfers I'd given Anna over the year came to $2,500. The number stunned me. How could dating cost so much money? My monthly allowance was only a few $100. I'd never really thought about it, but seeing it all laid out was a shock. Anna and Eva were also dumbfounded. For students, $2,500 was not a small amount. They checked the math several times, confirming it was correct. Anna looked troubled. $2,500. I really can't come up with that right now. Eva immediately reassured her. "Don't worry, I'll help you figure it out. How you treat him now will determine how Caleb sees you later. Even if you have to take out a high-interest loan, you have to pay this back and cut ties with this broke loser for good. That's your only shot at marrying rich." Persuaded, Anna nodded. "Okay, let's borrow the money then." We can't let my parents know. They'd kill me if they found out. I didn't know what to say. If $2,500 would get her killed, what would happen when the nearly $19,000 repair bill for the sports car arrived at her house? Her parents would probably grind her into dust. Anna and Eva immediately started hitting people up for money. It was surprisingly easy. Classmates sent $200 here, $500 there. It happened so fast that even Anna was surprised. She said smugly, "I have good friends. Everyone is willing to lend me money." Eva coldly burst her bubble. "That's because you posted pictures of yourself in a $1 million sports car on Facebook. They think you're rich, so they're not worried about a small loan." It finally dawned on Anna. She shot me a sideways glance, her expression triumphant. "See, this is the power of a rich man. Everyone looks up to him, willing to help out. If I were still with you, who would care if I got into trouble?" Eva snorted. Being with someone like him is a disaster in itself. While their mouths didn't stop, they kept borrowing. They managed to scrape together about $1,000, still short $1,500. Eva gritted her teeth. "I know a place that does payday loans. We can get it, but if you can't pay it back, the consequences are pretty scary." Anna was a bit hesitant. "What happens if I can't pay it back?" "Don't think about that right now. Your new boyfriend is so rich, $1,500 is nothing to him." Eva immediately contacted the private lender. They looked professional, didn't ask many questions, and just handed them the $1,500 in cash. They put the money together and gave it to me. Anna shoved her phone in my chest, her tone harsh. "Satisfied? Now get out. From now on, we have nothing to do with each other." I turned to Lisa and said, "Can you come outside for a second?" Lisa looked puzzled, clearly not understanding why I wanted to talk to her. Eva immediately sneered. "I knew it. The second the money is paid back, you two start hooking up." I was a bit exasperated. The real reason I needed Lisa was because she was in student government and had access to the student directory. I was planning to have legal papers served to Anna's home and needed her family's address. Lisa's cheeks flushed slightly as she followed me out, her head down. Eva yelled after them, "You're really going with him? You deserve it. You're only good enough for Anna's leftovers." Lisa's eyes were moist. She turned back and said softly, "I don't have any ideas like that." Eva sneered back, "Liar. No wonder your family is poor. It's in your genes. You're even batting your eyes at a guy who hands out flyers. You have no self-respect. I can just imagine what your parents are like." Anna pursed her lips and added, "Good thing I broke up with him. You can have this loser. Here's a saying for you too. Misery loves company." I led Lisa out into the hallway. She said in a low voice, "I only came out because I was angry. Don't get the wrong idea. I just want to focus on my studies. I don't have any other intentions." I said, "I get it. You're aiming for scholarships and you're tutoring. You don't have time for a relationship." She asked, confused, "Then why did you ask me to come out here? You have the student directory. Can you give me Anna's home address?" Lisa's expression immediately tensed. "What are you planning to do? Don't do anything rash." In her anxiety, she actually grabbed my hand. She looked at me seriously and said, "We might not come from wealthy families, but we have our dignity. Whoever is at fault is at fault. Don't ruin your own future because of a moment of anger." The hallway suddenly fell silent. I was quiet too. Did this girl think I was going to Anna's house to cause a scene? Lisa then realized she was holding my hand and quickly let go, her face blushing to the roots of her ears. "You work so hard. You deserve a better life. I believe that in less than 10 years, Anna will regret this." I said, "It won't take that long. The damage assessment is already done. If her family lives in the city, they should be receiving it soon." Lisa paused, looking up at me and asking what I meant. I said, "The sports car downstairs is mine." She froze completely. I explained the whole story to her. After she heard it all, she was silent for a long time. It wasn't until I showed her the vehicle registration that she finally believed me. When Lisa went to get the directory, she seemed to be floating as if she were in a dream. Soon, she sent me Anna's home address. Coincidentally, it was only a few miles from the auto body shop. I immediately called the shop, and they said they would have the damage assessment and bill delivered to the address within 10 minutes. Wait, a thought suddenly struck me. I had just got my phone back, which meant I had no way to contact Anna. When it came time to collect the payment, Who will be the point of contact? I decided to give her the phone back temporarily, just for a couple of days. I turned around and went back to the dorm room. When Anna saw me, she said coldly, "What are you doing back here?" I said, "The phone. I'm giving it back to you for now. The repair bill for the car is $19,000. I'll need a way to contact you about the payment." Anna's eyes suddenly lit up. "That's right. Even if he doesn't care about me, he has to care about the baby, right?" Eva said excitedly. "If he still dares to come after you for the money, you go to his house and raise hell." Anna took a deep breath, calculating in her head. The original plan was to use the baby to marry into a rich family. Now, she might have to use the baby to offset the repair costs. Eva continued to persuade her. $19,000 is no small sum. It would take your parents 2 years to save that much. Besides, this whole rich family thing might not be over. Maybe his parents will insist you two get married. The debt will be wiped clean, and they might even buy you a new car. I wanted to give her a heads up for old time's sake. The baby you're planning is with Caleb. It has nothing to do with that money. But before I could get the words out, Anna rolled her eyes, snatched the phone from me, and said coldly, "Shut up and get out. I'm stressed out right now. I don't want to listen to you ramble." Eva impatiently pushed me towards the door. "Yeah, get out of our way. We're trying to figure out how to handle Caleb. We don't need your input. If you keep harassing her, Anna will file a complaint against you. See you in court." I nodded and said, "Fine by me." We were going to see each other in court anyway. Anna picked up her phone and sent a voice message to Caleb. "Can you meet me downstairs by the dorm? I want to talk to you, please." Caleb quickly replied with a voice message. "Fine, come down. I have something to say to you." Hearing his tone, Anna's confidence wavered. She asked Eva in a low voice with that attitude, "Do you really think he'll forgive me?" Eva put an arm around her and helped her up. "Go down and beg him. I'll go with you." As they got up, Eva shot me a harsh glare as she passed. "Move." I ignored her and left the room first. Just as I reached the end of the hallway, I ran into Lisa coming back. Anna and Eva brushed past us, heading straight on. Lisa whispered to me, "You didn't intentionally inflate the repair cost for Anna, did you?" I said, "I don't want to make things hard for her. She'll pay what she owes. But I have a feeling." She asked, "What feeling?" I said, "They might be begging the wrong person." When we got downstairs, Caleb was already standing by the curb. The most striking thing was the clear handprint on his face. His eyes were swollen like walnuts from crying, and he was leaning against the curb, sniffling and wiping away tears. I didn't have to guess. He had obviously told his dad what happened and gotten a harsh lesson in fatherly love. Anna and Eva froze. Eva murmured, "Isn't his family super rich? Why is he crying like this?" Anna felt a pang of sympathy. He probably really loved that car. When we went out, he treated it like a treasure. Eva nodded. "They say a car is a man's second wife. I guess it's true." I rolled my eyes. I don't consider my car my wife. Besides, it's my car. It's only natural that he'd take care of it. Anna rushed forward, pleading softly, "Baby, please give me a chance to explain." Caleb, who had been holding all in, suddenly exploded. He grabbed Anna's hair and slapped her across the face. Neither of them expected him to get violent. Eva scrambled to intervene, but Anna didn't fight back. Instead, she choked out, "Baby, it's my fault you're hitting me. I'll never do it again. Let me spend the rest of my life making it up to you, okay? Make it up to me, my ass." Caleb wasn't listening. He kept swinging, leaving Anna's face a mess. The surrounding students stared in shock. Anna, who had just been the envy of everyone in a sports car, was now being publicly beaten while he held her by the hair. It was a pathetic sight. Eva yelled frantically, "Stop hitting her, she's a girl." Caleb threw another punch, and one of Anna's front teeth went flying. Anna clutched her mouth, blood streaming down. She saw the tooth on the ground and screamed in terror, "Stop! My tooth fell out." "Eva, quick, find some milk." I casually offered a tip. That's the right idea. If you put a knocked out tooth in milk, there's a chance it can be reimplanted. Lisa whipped her head around, looking at me in disbelief. Are you enjoying this?" I said, "Of course not. We used to love each other. It hurt me to see her like this." Lisa pressed, "Then why are you smiling?" I said, "I was born with a smiling face. People who smile a lot usually have good luck. Just then, Anna finally remembered me. She clutched her mouth, snot and tears streaming down her face, and cried out to me, "You're not a man? You're just standing there watching while I get beaten up like this." I replied, "You were the one who told me not to harass you. You said we'd see each other in court." Caleb, in the middle of his rampage, heard my voice and looked up. He recognized me, let go of Anna, and started walking towards me. Eva quickly interjected, "Caleb, I know you're angry, but do you know how much Anna has suffered for you? This poor loser has been bullying her, and she only did something foolish because she loves you so much." Caleb whipped around to face her and roared, "Shut up. Your whole family are the real broke losers." Eva was instantly silenced. The same person who had been so aggressive with me was now completely meek in front of the rich guy. Caleb walked up to me. I thought he was going to say something tough, but instead, in front of everyone, he dropped to his knees with a thud, tears streaming down his face. "Bro, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me." The area fell eerily silent. Everyone was stunned. Eva trembled, as if she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Lisa looked down at the ground, saying nothing. Anna, clutching her mouth where her tooth was missing, had blood dripping from her nose. She gasped, which made her cough. No one, not even me, expected things to turn out this way. I sighed and said, "You should have understood this from the beginning. It didn't have to get to this point." Eva, recovering from her shock, demanded, "Why are you bowing to him?" I replied calmly, "Tell me, why are you apologizing to me?" Caleb remained on his knees, sobbing and confessing. "I shouldn't have stolen your car to show off. I shouldn't have stolen your girlfriend. I'm just a despicable piece of trash. Please, let me go." I confessed to my dad, and he said we can't even afford the rent. There's no way we can pay for the damages. I said, "Your father works so hard, which is why I brought my car to your family shop in the first place. I never thought that a father like that would have a son who does something like this." Caleb cried even harder. "I'll never do it again. Can you give me an extension? I'll do anything to pay you back." Anna stood there dazed, still muttering, "What auto body shop? What repairs? What stolen car?" I said, "The facts are all right here." Anna pointed a trembling finger at the sports car, her voice shaking. "That car, it's yours." I nodded. "It's mine." Her face crumbled. Her lips trembled, and tears streamed down her face. "How can you be the rich one? Weren't you handing out flyers?" "I hand out flyers because my family owns the stores." Anna, ignoring her bloody nose and missing tooth, stumbled towards me and grabbed my arm, crying, "Baby, please give me one chance to explain." I said coldly, "We're over. I'm not your baby anymore." I placed my hand on Caleb's shoulder. He looked up at me, his eyes full of hope. I said, "This is your mistake, not your dad's burden. And to be honest, I should thank you. You helped me see her for who she really is. You did me a favor." I thought for a moment, then nodded. "I'll help you out this one time." I added, "You're graduating next year. We can renegotiate the payment plan. Once you start working, I'll let you pay it off in installments over 3 years." Caleb asked in disbelief, "For real?" I nodded. "The fault is yours. Don't let your dad carry it for you." "But that tooth, you can't just ignore that." Caleb's tone shifted, becoming dark. "I'm not paying a dime for that tooth. Worst case, I go to jail and get a record. It's not like I was planning on getting a government job anyway." I patted his shoulder and turned to leave. "Good. You're finally thinking straight. By the way, I'll give you $1,000 credit for that slap." Anna stood frozen, then started crying and begging, "Baby, I really know I was wrong. Please give me another chance. It was all her fault." She whirled around and pointed at Eva, her voice choked with tears. "This liar tricked me into all of this. I love my boyfriend so much. Why did I ever listen to you?" Eva was speechless, her face pale. Anna got more and more worked up, crying until she could barely breathe. I calmly reminded her, "Remember to take the morning after pill. Don't actually get pregnant. It's not that I care about you, but with your personality, you just get an abortion anyway. I don't want an innocent life to be destroyed by you before it even has a chance to see the world." The color drained from Anna's face. Suddenly, Eva started crying too, looking pitiful. What about that money? I'm the one who borrowed it for you. Anna's expression changed in a flash. You're the one who got into that mess. Why should I have to pay it back? Eva completely broke down, wailing, if I don't pay that money back, the loan sharks will kill me. I said slowly, if you're afraid of the lenders, then you should be the one to pay them back. Eva cried even harder. Where am I supposed to get $1,500? Lisa clenched her fists and spoke up angrily. You made fun of me for eating food that fell on the table, but your own family can't even come up with $1,500. You're that broke, yet you look down on poor people. You deserve everything that happened to you today. Eva collapsed onto the ground, sobbing uncontrollably. I looked at Anna and said flatly, goodbye. Then I added, don't contact me again unless it's about the payment. Otherwise, I'll file a harassment complaint. I turned to Lisa and said, well, that's pretty much wrapped up. Want to grab some dinner to celebrate? We can take my car. Lisa glared at me. Are you drunk in the middle of the day? Why would I get in your car and have dinner with you? I realized my words had been a bit forward. I awkwardly rubbed my nose, got in my car, and drove away. Later, Anna's family and Caleb's family each paid for half of the damages, settling the matter privately. I heard that when she went home, her parents gave her a severe beating, even breaking her leg. The cast was set improperly, and she started walking with a limp. She might have to have the bone rebroken and set correctly. Completely humiliated, she didn't dare come back for her final year of college and just dropped out. Eva did return to school, but whenever she showed her face, someone would call her a traitor to the poor. To pay back the high-interest loan, she desperately looked for a job, but was rejected everywhere. Her reputation was ruined, and no one would hire her. Eventually, she came to me asking for a job. I owned a few affordable restaurants, so I had her clean the toilets. Since she looked down on poor people, she could clean the toilets for them. She had no choice but to cry while she scrubbed. When word got out, some students would intentionally wait for her to finish cleaning before going in to mess it up again, tormenting her repeatedly. After dropping out, Anna would message me every few days, begging to get back together. I blocked her, but she just used new numbers to keep harassing me. In the end, I had to file for a restraining order, and that finally made her stop. As for Lisa and me, nothing ever happened between us. She was disciplined and independent, a completely different world from Anna and her circle. During our senior year, she never once contacted me. After graduation, she returned to her hometown to become a teacher. She said there were many underprivileged children there who needed help. I respected her immensely and reached out a few times, but she had no interest in dating. The only time she ever asked for anything was for my help in organizing a used clothing drive for the children in her town. I donated a batch of clothes, and after that, we never contacted each other again. I often think about something she once said, we may be poor, but we have our dignity. She was a truly admirable woman. I hope her path in life is a smooth one.